What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Wednesday, March 31st. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all of our other content goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman so you can get updates to the sim results as we get closer to lock. And finally, let me know in the comments section who's your favorite and least favorite of my contenders for this 10-game slate. We round out the bottom of my top 10 with Kyle Kuzma, Robert Williams, Joe Ingles, Saban Lee, and Moses Brown on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites, my top 5 plays for today? It is time to find out. First up at number 5, we're going to point guard, shooting guard eligible Jordan Clarkson. He is 5,500, projected for 33. The goal is 41. He's in the optimal lineup 18% of the time. The Jazz are going to look fantastic today. Donovan Mitchell is out, so everybody gets better, and it's not even close. That's why you're seeing Jordan Clarkson here in the 5 spot. I'm giving him 30 minutes, 1.1 fantasy points per minute. This is all usage, baby. 30% usage, 21 points, 4 boards, 3 assists. Maybe you get a steal. It's a pace-up spot against Memphis, but really, all you need to know is that everybody on Utah is slightly underpriced with Donovan Mitchell out. They're all going to look pretty good, and 30 minutes of Jordan Clarkson with a multi-position eligibility designation? What do you need to hear from me for? Just play Jordan Clarkson. You guys know this. Next up at number 4 is one that I certainly didn't expect. Point guard, shooting guard eligible Derrick Rose. 4,800 though, so sub 5K price tag, projected for 28. The goal is 38, optimal lineup 19% of the time. I have no idea how many minutes this dude's gonna play. I'm giving him 27, and at 27 minutes, if Tibbs gives him that time, he's a 1.05 fantasy point per minute guy on a slate where we don't have a ton of value. 28% usage, 16 points, 4.5 assists, 2.5 rebounds, and a pace-up spot. He gains 3 possessions over their average against Minnesota. We'll say at least a little bit of a revenge narrative if you guys want to hear that, but I'll say this much. It's a terrible Minnesota defense and a pace-up spot. If Derrick Rose can get those minutes, and I see no reason that he can't, Tibbs is crazy. Point guard, shooting guard at a sub 5K price tag in this matchup, that works for me. Next up, we're staying in the same game, going to small forward, power forward eligible Jaden McDaniels. Yeah, he had a bit of a big game his last time out, but here, 4,300, projected for 24. The goal's 37. Optimal lineup 20% of the time. He's playing huge minutes. I'm giving him 32. Now, he's not a very good fantasy performer. 0.75 fantasy points per minute, in fact. 14% usage, 10 points, 5 boards, 2 stocks, maybe an assist or 2. Huge pace down spot against the Knicks. They actually lose 3 possessions over their average, or under their average, I guess is the proper way to say this. There is no value on this slate in the true pay down sense. It's really difficult to squeeze anything out. So this is one of those spots where you kind of just have to bet on minutes. The fact that he can be rostered at small forward and power forward is huge, but 4,300 for a guy that's starting and playing north of 30 minutes, unfortunately, on a day like today, that is something that you're going to have to do in order to be able to pay up for some of the better studs on the slate. Speaking of things that make me uncomfortable, again, small forward, power forward eligible, we're going to Aleksej Pokusevski. He's 5,100, projected for 29. The goal is 40. He's in the optimal lineup 23% of the time. This one's not fun at all. So I got him in for 32 minutes because we know we don't have SGA, no Dort, no Darius Bazley. Pokusevski's been starting and playing 32 minutes or more as of late. I've got him in at 0.91 fantasy points per minute. That's 12.7 boards, 3 assists, 2 stocks, pace neutral matchup against Toronto, a team that hasn't really been firing at all cylinders as of late. This game should be relatively close. The line isn't too crazy. It's in Oklahoma City. And much like Jaden McDaniels, you get a guy at small forward and power forward. Although I think Poku is just simply a little bit better than McDaniels on a per minute basis. And that's enough to put him slightly ahead of McDaniels in the contenders list. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live, and then go to Twitter. Follow me at Josh Engleman so you can get the updates to my sim results as we get closer to lock. Then head underneath this video to the comments section. Let me know who your favorite and least favorite of my contenders are. And if you guys have a contender that you don't see on this list, let me know who it is, because I'm curious, what am I missing? Now, this one was pretty easy. The number 1 contender, point guard eligible Mike Conley. He's 5,800. That price is just wrong. 36 fantasy point projection. The goal is 42. He's in the optimal lineup 29% of the time. You can see we took a step up in tier. Conley's going to do a little bit more with no Donovan Mitchell. 32 minutes, 1.13 fantasy points per minute, 23% usage. Pace up spot against Memphis. Revenge narrative. 18 points, 3 boards, 7 assists. You get a steal, but really, all that matters here is that he gets a usage bump and an assist bump with no Donovan Mitchell. Probably gets a slight minutes bump as well, maybe 1 or 2 additional minutes in a pace up spot at a price tag that's sub 6K. I see no way around it. Barring any ridiculous value opening up, like a $3,500 guy that is now going to be starting, I'm expecting Mike Conley to be my #1 contender throughout the entire day. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Wednesday, March 31st. I'm on everything today. Process show is in the books. Go watch it. Contenders videos are up. You're already watching one of them. Go check out the FanDuel version. Strategy show, 10 a.m. with Lofty. We're breaking it all down game by game. And then I'm back 6 p.m. tonight, live before lock, myself and Greg Ehrenberg, taking you all the way up to 7 p.m. Good luck tonight, everybody. It's going to be a fun slate. I'll see you guys again tomorrow morning for another edition of the Contenders as we kick off the month of April.